And now, big EQ alert Sumatra, Indonesia, 2004. And here's the unofficial self-proclaimed EQ alert guy. Hi, on December 3rd, 2004, Super Typhoon Nanmadol made landfall near Luzon, Taiwan. At that time, it was one of the worst storms of all history and did tremendous damage around that region. Now, the amount of physical damage will equal the amount of potential seismic energy, so I knew we should be expecting a very big earthquake and immediately began what I call tracking the seismic energy. Knowing first there would be a good shaker up here at the plate margin with the Atlantic tectonic plate, I watched, and in just a few days there was about a 6.1 Richter's magnitude earthquake around here at the Norwegian Sea up in this area. I'll show you with my wraparound tool how the seismic energy from Super Typhoon Nanmadol continued on to here, the mid-Atlantic, where they then had a large shaker. With the help of my small globe I got for 99 cents and my straight edge tool specially fitted with a little piece of tape, I continued tracking this huge potential seismic energy on to here, Santiago, Chile, where they got a 6.3 Richter shaker just offshore there. Just days later, a major shaker down here at the tectonic plate boundary between the Pacific and the Antarctic. Before I had time to send out my EQ alert via email to my EQ alert group, on December 23, 2004, there was an 8.1 Richter's magnitude earthquake right here, Macquarie Island, Tasmania, Australia. Here's an illustration of that. I knew that it had to be a slip fault because otherwise it would have been a tsunami down in that region for sure. That meant that the straight line of seismic force was headed directly for Japan and Hong Kong, but I also knew that it could possibly cause this Indian Ocean Australian tectonic plate to turn slightly, since this is how that tectonic plate often reacts. This would mean huge amounts of thrust faulting and possibly a big tsunami, I figured, down here at the Java Ridge. I don't know what that is there. Down here. It was 8 o'clock a.m. the morning of December 24, 2004 when I sent out my big EQ alert warning of a major earthquake for Japan, China, Indonesia, and the Philippines as big as 9 or 10 Richters and in like the next day or two. Here's a copy of that section, a copy of the actual email. I've included a complete copy in my manuscript of my book, How to Predict Earthquakes, and the caption at the bottom says, here's an actual copy of the EQ alert I sent out just prior to the Sumatra Earthquake and Tsunami 2004. The way I discuss the movement of the Indian-Australian tectonic plate in this EQ alert is how I expect we'll now be forecasting earthquakes in our future. The biggest earthquake of recent history struck near Sumatra, Indonesia, the next day. Thank you for watching. This has been the Big EQ Alert with unofficial self-proclaimed EQ Alert guy.